We know that Marianne is coming from Paris and Kiri Girl is coming from. Where are you coming from, Kiri Girl? I don't know where you're coming from.
No.
No.
Let us know.
Let us know. Today I wanted to talk to you about, fear, because there's a lot of that going around, right? And we have lots of different ways. Oh, England, Satnam, sweetie, where are you in England? I'm a Nottingham girl personally. Lived all over though, but born in Nottingham. A lot of fear going around. Yesterday in our webinar, with the community webinar, we actually gave voice to some of our fears because, Bristol, so pretty in Bristol.
Bristol's pretty?
Yes.
I have to go there.
So fear, yes. A lot of it around, and lots of different ways to deal with it. And in her book, Big Magic, Elizabeth Gilbert talks about making space for fear. And I've got to say, I've been doing this for a long time, having conversations. So almost when you feel that fear is either to stop doing whatever fear is wanting us to not do, and to push it back down. And to think that courage is just being fearless, but that's actually quite reckless, right? Because fearless, we should be able to understand fear, and sometimes it will save our lives. So we don't want to be reckless when we interpret it, but we just want to get to know it more. And a lot of people talk about overcoming fears, and there's another technique. However, again, fear has a place. So we're all going to coexist together. And in Get Your Happy Back, we talk about this as your inner selves, that there's all these different parts of you, including your emotions, that live inside of you. All right, so they're all in there. And especially at times like this, but at any time, it's pertinent to do an inquiry as to who you're renting space to, right? So if you imagine that your mind, the capacity of your mind is a series of, you've got lots of houses that you rent out, and you choose your tenants, but once you put a tenant in there, they're in there, right? They've got all the furniture in there and everything, and even when you want them out, you can't get them out. So there are more tenants than the ones you have. Of course, there's so many things we can choose from to think about in our minds, right? But there's only so much capacity. So when you put something in, it prevents something else coming in, right? So if you take that out, then something else can come in. So we can start looking at how much of our, imagine it's a portfolio, right? So forget the houses. We've got a portfolio now, and you've got short-term risk and long-term risk, right? And in order, when you've got a really good financial manager, they're going to balance those, right? They're going to take some high risk, but they're also going to have some pretty solid investments as well, right? So what we do in times of fear is we put everything in high risk, right? We just lump it all over there. And so what we want to do is take a look and say, okay, I want these high risk investments are part of this, but where can I pull back? Where can I find more of a solid foundation? And that's when we start giving time to practices like yesterday when we got together, which ended up being a 2-hour webinar. We did yoga, we meditated, we talked, we gave voice to our fears, and we ended in absolute hysterics for the last 5 minutes.
Awesome.
It really was awesome. He was walking around for a couple of hours afterwards going, that was really awesome. It was really cool. We had a really good time. And we had England, Ireland, France, and Canada, and the US. So quite a nice little worldwide. Marianne was there, which was awesome. We actually got to see and hear her in Paris. So yes. But doing things like that, that's renting out your time. You can think of your time as either the house or the investment. That during the day, sure, fear may take up a lot of the time, but what pockets can you start to rein back that investment and put it into something a little more solid? Who are you renting out time to? I love the Native American. Marianne, do you see us on YouTube yet, by the way? I love the Native American.
Yeah, we haven't yet become there.
No, so I feel like we're not there. Anyway, I love the Native American proverb that says, the story, sorry, the grandfather talking about the two wolves that live inside of us, and so the good and the evil. Oh, look who's here! We were just talking
what's
about
up?
you, Philando. I was just saying, I got your message that you said you saw the hummingbird and thought of me, and Samaj did exactly the same thing as I did when he read the comment. Aww.
I did.
So you did, didn't you? What was I saying? Temporarily distracted. But
Yes,
it's okay.
yes.
Adi Sundry, Satnam. I
Satnam.
guess that we're not on YouTube for some reason, and we're a little baffled as to why we've gone on twice. Oh, so Philando arrives just as the Native American story of the grandfather telling the grandson about the two wolves that live inside, the good and the evil. And, and they're battling it out. And the grandson's like, well, who wins? And the grandfather tells him, the one you feed. Right?
That's awesome.
So which wolf are you feeding right now? Because yes, there is a lot to be scared about, and it doesn't mean don't be afraid. But are you feeding that? Are you tapping into the news more than you need to? Are you going there several times a day? They ain't got nothing fucking new to say, right? If you catch them once a day, they definitely have nothing more new to say during that day. So have a time where you want to catch up with the news. Have a source that you trust, right? And then tap out and tune into something else. Start renting out your space. Start renting out this time to something. Doing nothing is doing something on my list, right? So turn off the bloody TV and just lay there. Just lay on your bed. Gosh, how does that feel? Pretty bloody good, right? So, anyway, no idea why we're not on YouTube, but happy we're here with you on Instagram. We're going to do one of our favorite meditations. Interesting, I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days. We haven't done it. And then Samaj walked in the bedroom this morning chanting it. And I was like, oh, that's what I was going to do. So that's what
Like minds and all.
Like minds and all. So there you go. So Philando, I love that. Philando's saying that he stopped watching the news in the morning and just put on some trashy cartoons.
There you go.
So much better fucking use of your time, babe.
Absolutely.
Much better. These are the things. We can't control what's outside of us, but we can control what we allow to come in, right? And how much we allow it to come in. When I left law, that was one of the first things I did. I stopped watching the news, reading newspapers, and cancelled magazines. I didn't need all that shit telling me who I needed to be and how far I was falling short. Now, it's fear-mongering, right? So we don't need all of that. Get what you need and then go and do something else, even if it's nothing, right?
Yeah.
So today's meditation is called a layer yoga meditation. It's taking care of everything so that you don't even have to worry about whether you can sit there and relax, because you will. Marianne says she agrees too. So with this one, we have this beautiful mantra, and it sounds long, but it's not, and you'll get it. And even if you can't, even if you don't get it this time, you will get the benefit of us sitting here doing it together. So don't worry about that. And, and thank you for this too, because if I sit here and meditate, or if you sit there and meditate, it's powerful. But when we get together and do it, it's magic. So this is the meditation that comes after the 10 bodies. So if you haven't done the 10 bodies on YouTube, my favorite Kriya of all time after 20 years of practice. And this is the meditation that follows. The mantra is Ek, Ong, Kar. Ek, Ong, Kar. Ek being one, Ong being creation, Kar being creator. I love magic too, Philando. That's why I love you. And then Sat Nam. Sat Nam, truth is my identity. Siri, Wa E Guru. Great is the ecstasy of the Creator. Marianne's saying she loves this mantra so much. Me too. When about a month after I started Kundalini Yoga, after a month I was kicked out by Kundalini Yoga, still an attorney. I was going up to Harbin Hot Springs for the second time with Joseph, and he played it in the car. We chanted it for about 2.5 hours, and it was just, I still have that feeling. Oh, look, they're sending you some love.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's like, hey, love. I can still feel that. So, it's just exploding.
Oh, I love it.
You are so silly.
I know. Okay.
Oh dear me.
Dear.
And what's beautiful about this mantra is it reconnects us to source. So right now we've got this intermediary that keeps coming in and we're losing our connection. And so we've just got to keep putting that back out there and repairing that connection. And this mantra helps us to do that. So Ek Onkar Sat Nam Siri Wa A Guru. Right, so how we do that is on the ek and the car, and don't worry too much about this, but on the ek and the car, we pull in the navel, right? Ek, Ekonkara, Satanama, Siriwa, E Guru. So on the ek, pull it in. Kara, pull it in. Satanama, pull it in. Siriwa, pull it in. Hey Guru. Right? And it's this beautiful spiral that when you close your eyes and you just get into this mantra, give it a pause between the repetitions. You can get kind of fast, but just give it a pause between the repetitions and let's go. That was very vocal.
I know.
What do you like?
It was refreshing. That's the sound of refreshing.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Hands in Gyan Mudra,
Hands in
seated
Gyan.
wherever you are. What are you doing? Yeah, I just said you're excited. You're telling me to shush.
No, Adi Sandri.
You're telling Adi Sandri to shush?
Tell him not to share it. Not to shush.
Oh my gosh, you see you got your eyes closed, it just exploded again. It's the little things. Okay. So coming seated, sitting up nice and tall, yet relaxed. Don't hold anything. Allow the shoulders to relax down to the eyes. And let's inhale to begin. Ekonkara Satanama Siriwa E Guru 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 Ekonkara E Guru Ekonkara Satanama Siriwa 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 E Guru Ekonkara
Satanama Siriwa E Guru Ekankara 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 Satanama Siriwa E Guru
Inhale deeply. Breath, relaxing the tongue from the upper palate, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. Allow the body to breathe, sitting in the stillness that you have created. The stillness that is always there for you whenever you sit and connect with your breath. Taking in all the ambient sounds around you, recognizing that it doesn't have to be quiet on the outside, for you to be quiet on the inside. Rubbing the palms and the hands together. Bend the thumbs, bring them in at the sternum. Lift the chest, tilt the chin, back of the neck nice and long. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Breath is soft and deep. You can breathe. We give gratitude and blessings to be able to practice and share these teachings across continents and oceans, and sometimes just down the road. May the benefit of this practice be dedicated to all sentient beings. May we all know peace, love, and happiness. May all beings be free. May we all remain safe. And let your hands down when you're ready. Open your eyes. There you go. So now, how are you doing? Beautiful meditation. I think you'll probably agree. It's one that you can just sit and it will just take you again and again and again and again. And you'll be in the grocery store line, or you'll be driving, or you'll be frying your eggs, and it'll come to you. You'll be washing your dishes, and all of a sudden, inside there it is, whirling around and around and around. Yeah, Marianne says that she loves the rhythm so much. I do too. Thank you, Philando. Says very adorable. We've taken a 2-week leave of absence, Philando. So
Yes.
I hope you're remaining to be safe. I'm thinking of you. Philando is one of our essential workers up there, so everybody say thank you to Philando and to everybody who's out there. So I love that too, and that's why this Leia mantra is, it kind of, once you invite it in, it just takes you round and round, and you might think this is the last one, and then it just goes again, and we're going to have a bit more of a pause between the mantra, but that's what it does at the end. Is just, it carries on. It starts again. And then you've got the navel of 72,000 nerve endings nerves going through your navel. There's 72,000 nerves every time you're doing that on those contractions, which are, by the way, I think I told you to do it on ek, and it's not on ek, it's on kar. The ek on kar, sat nam, siri wa, e guru. Sat nam, siri wa. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Hey, you know what? It's okay to laugh. It really is. So we have this idea that if we laugh, we're not paying respect. We are paying absolute respect. And you know what? It is the best. As we said on our webinar yesterday, it is the best medicine. And so it does so much for us if we can laugh, and if we can do it with people, even better. So they're all like, they're crying. If Deb was here, she'd be wetting herself. No, she would. Marianne, tell Deb I said that. She does not do that. So anyway, just specialty. Yes, I agree, Philando. Laughter is the best medicine ever. Philando says he's still working, he's being safe. And may all the people coming into you respect that. We love you also very much. I think I have anything else to say today. We'll be back tomorrow.
We will.
Yes. For at noon. Specialty. Yes, so those of you in the Feel Better community, I will be posting the video of the webinar we had yesterday. So if you want to come in, I'll tell you when the yoga began and when it ended, and then the community's talking as well. It's not me talking all the time, for a change. And you can see why Marianne is still chuckling over the special tea that appeared at the end. Not me.
Nope, not me.
It's a certain someone out there. But she had it roaring, so yes, it was pretty cool. So yes, we'll come back tomorrow at noon. I'm actually very lucky. I posted a picture on Instagram earlier. My hairdresser lives with me, so I've actually, you can't tell right now, been done in a really long time. So I'm getting an hour of hairdressing before we go live. So over the next week, we might start to see some not quite so wild, feral. So you'll have to wait 60 days.
I'm an essential worker, though.
You are definitely very essential to me. I've got to say, you are very essential.
Exactly.
To me.
So we should.
And if you're kind of wondering, like, what is that? Just as we're on the hair topic. So you can see my hair has got these like longer bits here
It's
where
all
I can
bushy here.
I can put my finger through it, right? Because that's my straight hair growing through, and then here starts the dreadlock all the way down. So basically what he does is with a little tool, he takes this and puts it through the end so that then it becomes tight to my head. And sometimes it hurts. But it doesn't hurt for very long. I don't really have to do very much to it. I washed it this morning, you see, so that you could do it. Anyway, that's my hair tails. What are yours? Gonna be a lot of grey hair around, isn't there?
Mine's a mess.
Maybe all.
Anybody out there want to fix me?
Yeah.
My hair.
I don't know if you're fixed. I was gonna say.
The rest is not fixable.
Shoot. Anyway, as I said, we will see you again at noon tomorrow. Hopefully, we will see you on YouTube as well. I don't like my natural hair.
That is her natural hair.
This is my natural hair. I mean, it's dreadlocked, but it's growing out of my head. And yes, Philando. Gosh, your hair's going to be so long, Philando.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have to send us a picture. What are you doing with it now? Adi Sundry says she'll see us tomorrow.
Adi Sundry?
Yeah. Marianne, dreadlocks, lifestyle choice, as well as many other things. So I like my hair with dreadlocks. So I actually did cut them off 10 years ago. And it lasted a month. And,
that was the worst month ever.
Isn't it a good month?
It was a bad hair month.
He'd never known me with a hairdryer and hair products and hair brushes and things.
Yeah.
So I mean, he met me without dreadlocks, but he didn't live with me. I had them I had dreadlocks about 3 months after I met you, so that came quite quick. Yeah, I love dreadlocks too, to be honest. It's just kind of me, and the straight hair, not so much.
Right.
As you'll agree.
I will agree.
Didn't say anything at the time. It was all very supportive. Constantly taking a shower is damaging your hair. I can totally get that, yeah, especially for the essential workers that are out there that, you know, there's this new routine. You know, one used to come home from work and do whatever, and now, you know, open the door, drop all clothes on entry, get ass into shower, go put clothes somewhere else that is away from everything, and get on new clothes. Deal with shoes, all of these things. And then, yes, our hair and everything. Oh, yeah, dry shampoo is nasty. It was nasty 30 years ago. I was going to say 30 years ago when I was a kid, but wow. Anyway, it was nasty when I was a kid, and I wouldn't imagine that it's much better now. So, yeah, unfortunate. Don't have to wash it too much. If I'm out there, then yes, I do, because stuff is out there.
That's true.
I'm going to post in the Feel Better community later, if I didn't already, a video that I watched today of a doctor. He's actually a bariatric doctor who does a fantastic explanation and will have you in fucking stitches. And if you like swearing, which obviously you do if you're here, he's like, you don't realize until you don't have it. It's like, you don't realize you got ugly. You don't realize you were the prettiest you've ever been until and you're like the motherfucker, the ugliest you were. Like something like that. I mean, we were roaring, but he does do a really good explanation of the virus, the SARS virus, and the disease, the coronavirus, and how it gets into the body and what it actually does. And so it was really, really very informative. It's about 30 minutes long. Talking of investing your time and who you're renting space to, that will be an informative way. It's something that's going to inform you and entertain you at the same time. So I think that's a win-win situation. Oh, I know, Philando, talk to me. Let's the fucking pets. So where at work, when the pets used the dogs came in, I have favorite dogs that I always spend time with, and it was like a therapy during the day for me. And then at the place where we house sit, my friends over in Orange, they're back. And I've had to go and drop a couple of things over. And as from the front door, there's the atrium, and then there's the patio doors that lead into the ICLA. And Shuts is standing there barking at me. And like the other day, she came through the door, and I was like, no, you have to go back. I can't touch you. And I felt so bad. Like, she doesn't understand.
No.
It's probably me that has more of the trauma than she does, but, you know. It's traumatic. And so Philando's saying his cat's
Yeah.
normally picked up, and you're
Exactly.
like, hold on, honey,
Right.
gotta drop the clothes, I gotta get in the shower, I gotta sanitize the knobs, okay. Well, hi, kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
Very different.
I don't want to be last on the list.
The New World Order.
The New World Order. So, so it's trying to be cognizant during this evolution of this New World Order, who we and what we are renting space to, and if we need to, let's get the vacant sign up, evict the fuckers, and leave it empty for now. Okay?
I agree.
Evict the fuckers. That's your mantra for the day.
Hashtag evict the fuckers.
Yeah. He doesn't even know what hashtags are. I totally heard it.
It goes before, right?
All right, my loves, we've said goodbye for about the past 15 minutes, so we really shall say, always mimicking me. We really shall say goodbye. We will see you tomorrow at noon. Marion, I just keep going Paris because that's the first thing that comes up. Marion in Paris. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Philando, thank you for joining us. Adi Sundri, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us from England,
Mm-hmm.
from everywhere that you are.
And be safe.
Be safe. Stay at home when you
Stay
can.
the fuck home.
Really nice to anybody you see on the outside
Yes.
that is working.
Yes,
okay,
indeed.
just be super freaking nice. There's two
Super
words
nice.
you can use. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So, all right. Philando, be safe out there, sweetheart. It's freaking wonderful to have you. See,
Yes.
Just like
So good to
right.
have
It's
you.
looking awesome. Look at
Yeah.
all that love.
Yes.
Can't take it.
Stop! Just stop!
Just stop.
Oh, stop it!
Oh, okay then. All right.
okay.
All right then. All right.
Okay.
Okay, babies. Mm-hmm. We'll see you later. Do you want to press the end?
I
Don't
will.
want to, but we will.
What's,
It's at the top right.
Top
Top
There
right.
it is. I can't see. I'm getting old. Where's this one?
Oh, at the side. Top right.
Oh, there it is. Wait.
Top right, yeah. You really are getting
The
blind.
X?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I can